Everyone, coming at you from Camp Fugitive Savant. This is my bushcraft shelter where I normally prepare food. I have food in a secured, well-insulated cooler that I turned into a Yeti cooler with reflectix, secured with bungee cords. I have more food in this sealable bucket, so Chunk Boy Raccoon can't get into it. And it's not quite finished, but it works. It's got mylar. That's for my soot ash. My fireplace is all stone, but it's I'm about to invest into a camp stove. Oh no, my Christmas deer came down. And that beer can there, I use that as a lantern. I just haven't picked it up. I don't drink. My Christmas deer, I have some little Christmas lights up and little Christmas ornaments. So it's very festive down here. It just got snowy and the property's very steep, so I can't even turn on my Christmas lights. It's frozen. Oh wow, I guess that needs to go inside. I've got Christmas lights here, but they are frozen. See my little happy camper Christmas lights? The switch is frozen. Have my little Christmas tree right there. Lights on it a little bit. But this is it. This is my home. It's almost 70 degrees in there right now. Excuse me, almost 60 degrees, I should say. Put this over here, let that warm up. Here's the inside. I have mylar taped everywhere. I do not have it taped over the vents up top. I did put this up to try to keep the cold air from blasting down, but I keep a window open back here. That window is unzipped for ventilation, and I keep this zipped up only to about here, and that's why that's there, to keep that flat back, so I have ventilation. The fuel that I burn in my lanterns is clean burning fuel. And then I have tea lights, and as you can see, even with the door wide open now, it's 59 degrees. Of course, my little alcohol stove where I'm cooking pizza, and it does very well. Here's one that I just finished, but I had to let it cool. I have made myself a little pizza oven. Forgot to put the top on that. And the lanterns are self-extinguishing, so if they knock over the thing that holds the wick is down inside of a little bulb with a slit in it that lets the flame come through. If it gets knocked over, that bulb extinguishes the flame. And I clean them once a week. I get all up inside the chimney, take the glass things out. The candles are clean burning. Like I said, I keep it ventilated to make sure I have plenty of oxygen coming in so the CO2 doesn't build up. When I'm cooking, I'm using 91% isopropyl alcohol, so it's very clean burning, but I go ahead and open it up anyway because I have multiple cancer lesions in both lungs. I shouldn't be holding that sideways. I keep making that mistake and forget that it doesn't upload properly. Your image is all screwed up. But I stay very warm. This is my bed. I have a cot, Coleman military cot. I do laundry once a month. Of course, in the summertime, I had to do it once a week, otherwise the sweat. But I have a big sleeping bag, egg crate. Then I have padded things on the bottom there. Then I have the equivalent of 4 heavy-duty wool blankets on top. That's just my coat. I keep bags up against the walls to keep it insulated, but pretty much this is a tarp that I adhered mylar to that keeps it insulated. Then I have my big, my expensive tarp doubling up on the outside. And as you can see, we got plenty of snow. I stay warm. At night, all of this is extinguished, and because I have the padded rubber flooring on the floor, I pretty much don't have a problem. It does get, the coldest it's gotten in here I've woken up with it is 38 degrees. That still stays above freezing because I do keep it warm in here for the most part. Like during the day, this is warm in here for me. I normally don't keep it this warm in here. I normally keep it about 55. But right now I'm cooking, and it's a bit warmer today than usual, and it's still, I believe they said the wind chill was 22 degrees, and it feels like it's 22 out there. But I stay quite comfortable. The lanterns are on a metal oil drip pan, which as you can see is quite large. It's about 2.5 feet by 3.5 feet. So if it turned over and spilt fuel, I wouldn't have fuel on my, and I got Mylar up under the floor too. I don't know if you can see that. But I've got, the floor is insulated. There you can see part of the metal Mylar there. Then I wipe everything down. I keep disinfecting wipes. I've got dish soap. This is just water that I use for cooking, salt, pepper. Later I'm going to have some hot cocoa and marshmallows and Oreos. Right now I'm waiting on this to finish cooking. Cheese is almost melted, and I'm going to be eating good in the neighborhood. That's got bacon bits. I buy the Mexican blend that's finely shredded. I got bacon bits and pepperoni. And if I would have been thinking, I would have gotten a tomato, because I really love tomato on my pizza. But I eat, this is my alcohol stove. It's actually a Dollar Tree fancy heat, but I let that other crap burn out outside. I've had it since the summer. And then I used my multi-tool to open the hole up a little bit so I can fill it with 91% isopropyl alcohol, and it lasts forever. I think I've gone through 2 containers of alcohol. The heating fuel for the lanterns also lasts forever. I think I buy 2 gallons a month. Those 2 gallons last me a whole month, and they're basically $9 and some change. I've got my headlamp on. My tea light candles cost me around $15 a month. So we're talking a maximum heating bill of $35 a month. Then you add on $10-15 for salt to keep everything ice-free out there so I can walk around. It doesn't cost much. And I have a bathroom. A public restroom is very, very close. I don't ingest that much because I have to stay on Dramamine and Imodium, especially with the sepsis. I don't eat a lot. I go to the restroom. I have to go to the store every day anyway. For certain food items, I buy a gallon of water. Let's see, this one's almost empty, but I buy water. And I collect rainwater and melted snow water in 5-gallon buckets. So that I can use it to, if I do have an emergency where I have to pee, I have a 5-gallon bucket, and I have soot ash that I use from the fireplace, and I have a big bag of peat moss. And I use that, and then I bury it a long way from the camp. But for the most part, I'm not, because of my special diet and all of the good cancer treatment I've gotten over the past 6 months, we found the proper formula of antibiotics that actually kill cancer, and there's plenty of articles in foreign medical journals, and even our national NCIB talks about the various antibiotics that kill cancer. I'm doing very well, but I don't bloat up. I'm not suffering the renal failure and the congestive heart failure. I'm not bloating up like I used to. The new diet, vitamin supplements, and everything has really worked miracles. And my friends, I have enough friends. I have my own old boys club that takes care of me. See, we're beaten. I'm a DNC whistleblower. And my ex-boyfriend works for Epstein's friends. And he wants me dead. And his father's involved with the healthcare fraud scams that falsify records to justify kickback frauds and get people fraudulently qualified for SSI, because psych stuff is really the only evidence you can manufacture. Everything else is stuff that you really need to have, blood work, CAT scans, whatever. And now medical science has advanced to the point now that a lot of the mental health illnesses actually show up on MRIs. They can see the difference between an autistic brain, a schizophrenic brain, and a bipolar brain. And they're not doing an MRI of my head because it will show the cancer that was deliberately accelerated by a Catholic health doctor, far be it from them to cover up a sex scandal, deliberately accelerated it, and a police investigator actually took me to that appointment. He lied to both of us, said he was doing a biopsy. Instead, he did an ablation and accelerated cancer. He fused the cancer-ridden endometrium lining to the uterus. So I can't even have a DNC biopsy now because I'm at risk for perforation. And I recorded the GYN at Catholic Health in Buffalo blowing that whistle and pulling my PCP in there. He knew they were fucking around. That's why he knew I was recording everything, and he went out and told the nurse to bring my PCP, Dr. Japuti, in there, and he let me record him tell Dr. Japuti that I had to go straight to Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Care. There was nothing any GYN could do. I need GYN oncology. Well, they refused. They wouldn't do a work comp claim because I'm a detective. This was on-the-job injuries. They did it to kill me. As Chad's, my ex-boyfriend's, sworn and immunized investigator. He worked for Kamala Harris's brother-in-law, Acosta, who tanked the Epstein investigation, went to work for Kamala Harris's husband's law firm. So this is all pretty self-explanatory. I finally found a jurisdiction that would do oversight, the SEC, because Chad's able to reach out to his powerful friends and get them to help them kill me because they're all involved in the same fraud schemes. And the public officials aren't doing any oversight because they own stock in Catholic Health, Centene Corporation, United, the marketplace. And the insurance companies don't care because under Obamacare, they're not really stealing the insurers' money anymore. They're now stealing the government's money. The insurance companies profit from the fraud now under Obamacare. So it's like the Epstein doctors, they wouldn't help. Those ladies asked those doctors for help, and the doctors just called them crazy and drugged them up. Same thing they're doing to me. Because the doctors are involved in the fraud scams. It's nationwide. Catholic Health formed a nationwide monopoly. It's actually a global monopoly. If you were to Google Catholic Healthcare monopoly and put the word monopoly in there, they'll pretty much break it down for you. And they integrated with Tenet, which is also nationwide, Banner Health and Honor Health, who has the Virginia G. Piper Cancer Treatment Center, who is Barry Goldwater's youngest daughter, a.k.a. Peggy Goldwater. Her name's not Peggy. She works for the Department of Homeland Security. She's John McCain's first wife, a.k.a. Carol McCain. She taught Special Forces, which means she's a spook. So it's not surprising that she had all these different names, especially since her father, Barry Goldwater, was a powerful person in the military, as was John McCain's father. So they were able to use pseudonyms, especially since McCain was a POW. So it's not surprising, but I have all of the recordings of her and still have the voicemails that she left me identifying who she was. And she also accidentally called my number once thinking it was one of her subordinates at Homeland Security and started going into detail about how if I needed a chancellor, I could ask for a chancellor, and told me where I could pick up my paychecks, where the DOJ offices were at, on the Primavera campus and the ASU campus, because they're hidden. You can't just Google them. So I still have all that, and she wants me dead because she doesn't want anybody to know who she is. But anyway, she's profiting from the fraud. She's an oligarch. She's a billionaire. She's an alcoholic, which I'm not alcoholic or addict bashing. I'm just saying that they're bashing me. They're using Joe Biden's crime bill, anti-addict, super predator rhetoric in my medical records to justify refusing me cancer treatment, but they're actually addicts. So there's a double standard. They have white privilege, and they're cops, so they can be messy, nasty, stealing, drunk addicts all they want to, but they're using that crime bill rhetoric to shame me as if I'm an addict when I'm not. I actually had cancer. And this is affecting everybody. This isn't just affecting me. It had to do with the Sasha Minu Curry case. It had to do with the Michael Brown case in Ferguson, revolved around falsified medical records because they put false criminal allegations in the medical records to hide what is actually drug diversion by them. And then, you know the old saying, the best defense is an offense? That's it. They're going on the offensive, making allegations against everybody to hide what they're doing. And I think everybody knows that anybody affiliated with Epstein isn't on the up and up. Well, this is just another Epstein situation because I'm a child sex trafficking victim. My aunt is a RN for Catholic Health, and she helped a lot of, she trafficked me to a bunch of powerful people running these fraud scams, doctors, healthcare administrators, Mizzou faculty. But I'm going to stop there. I'm doing well. This turned into a whistleblower statement instead of a survival video. But I'll have more videos for you soon. Let's see if I can turn this camera around. I cannot. I will have more videos for you soon. I'm going to buy myself a real camera for Christmas. And I'm going to catch it on the after Christmas sales. Have a good day, everybody.